All right, welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters World Championship here as we're moving through the rounds. I say that, but I think it also might be around a 64 game as well.
I'll double check. It is.
Okay, so we're still in the same round.
Yes.
And it's going to actually be a pretty big game, to be fair.
Yes, it's Parting Big Boy going up against Jin's Terminator. Terminator, definitely one of the better upcoming, or I don't know if upcoming is the right word, but he's one of the better performing Protoss players in Korea and Pro League as of recently. Whereas on the other side of things, Parting Big Boy wants to go to Katowice. Now, he played in more recently the Intel Extreme Masters Taipei, losing versus Life in the semi-finals, but he's in the qualifier, and he's already played 2 qualifiers, bear in mind. It's about, since the qualifiers started, they started at 1 o'clock this morning. It's now 7 o'clock at night, so we're talking a good amount of hours.
That's a lot of games.
16 whatever hours or so of qualifications. He played in the American one at 1 a.m. our time, lost versus Mana on the American server, and then played in the Asian qualifiers this morning on loss versus Dark, who then went on to qualify. It's his 3rd and final hope.
All right, well, let's get into it then. It's going to be game number 1 on Deadwing in this best of 3. As we have spawning down to the bottom left-hand corner, it's our red Protoss representing Euro Flash Wolves. It's Parting. And then up to the top left-hand corner, it's our blue Protoss representing Jin'er. It's Terminator.
All right. Time to see if Big Boy Parting can make his way through. Otherwise, it's going to be Terminator moving on to the next round. And I think they're very close to pairing up to either Mana or Gumiho. Yes, the winner of that would play either Mana or Gumiho.
Gumiho looked good at San Jose, doing a lot there. Mana, likewise, has looked good during WCS, so whoever they're going to play, it's going to be an interesting game, especially if Parting wins and Mana somehow gets through Gumiho.
Yeah, it'd be the rematch of the day.
All right, so is there going to be any tomfoolery is the question. Right now, not so much in terms of the gateways. No proxies going down or anything like that. So all is good. All is stable and standard.
Also, like Parting, Terminator's played both qualifiers. He played in America and lost versus Byung in the semi-finals. Was 1 game away from qualifying, Terminator was, but lost versus Byung in the best of 5. And he played in the Asian ones this morning and lost versus Hyun at 2-0 in one of the first early rounds.
Oh, wow. That's a pretty good result there from Hyun, actually.
Yeah, the round of 64. So he's made it to the semi-finals earlier and then lost out, unfortunately. Only 2 players from America qualified through, so he just lost on the bubble. And then lost in the round of 64 in the Korean one. And here we are again in the round of 64.
All right, well, already... Oh, Parting. Okay, he goes cross-spawn straight away. He doesn't even care about scouting. Just going to proxy something instantly. And it's the idea of the good old probability build. He's going to be in one of these 2 locations anyway. Yeah. So proxy in the middle is always nice.
It's going to be a Stargate here, more than likely.
Yep, can get straight on over there very quickly. But the probe for Terminator's going down to the bottom left, and he may see the fact that there is a missing pylon in this main.
Yes. Yes, he will. And then he's going to know what he's up against. You just don't know where it will come from. And he also can't really change his build too much more than what it's already been constructed as. Like, he's used almost maximum amounts of Chrono Boost, and now he has used maximum amounts of Chrono Boost, so he cannot Chrono Boost out a Stalker. The Mothership Core is going to be rendered useless until it has the Photon Overcharge ready. And 1 Stalker simply isn't enough to stop an Oracle. It's that simple.
Well, he saw 1 pylon, but didn't really scout too much more of the main, so he might still be a little bit
he doesn't know
oblivious.
Exactly. No, he doesn't. He doesn't know.
It's kind of sad for him. He's going to have to hope that the Mothership Core gets some information down to the bottom left. He starts his own Stargate. Might be defensive. Might actually go for Phoenix here, considering he doesn't know anything.
Yeah, he could. I think he's going Oracle, but he definitely could, and if he did, it would help out. But the Mothership Core's on the other side of the map. Is not going to be around for a Photon Overcharge. There is a 2nd Stalker on the way.
Oh, this probe eventually spots this Stargate up to the top left. Top right, even.
It's going to be too late.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter anyway.
It's already popped, mate.
Well, I guess maybe he can build the Phoenix now. But it's going to take damage, no matter what.
So at least he spots that, and there is that Twilight Council up to the top with the probe chilling out there, so it might be a Dark Shrine after that as well.
Oh, it's going to be nasty.
He only has those 2 Stalkers. So this might be on a suicide run. What is he going to do? He just grabs a few and just gets out. Looks like he's on a suicide run for now. Actually went for a few pot shots there on the Stalker. That's a wasted probe kill, but gets 8 anyway.
Yeah, Mothership Core on the other side of the map has got a couple of kills himself.
Not doing too bad. 4 kills. There's actually no anti-air,
yeah.
aside from the photon overcharge.
But full worker difference between the 2 of them. But it's Terminator, who's got 3 gateways out, and Parting's still only on 1, who's trying to go for DTs at the same time to the top right.
He's got to be a little bit careful. I mean, the Mothership Core did see the fact that nothing else was really going on behind that Stargate in the main base.
Well, Parting's going to play this pretty smart. I mean, he knows exactly what his opponent's up to, and he has no detection. This Oracle that Terminator's building can obviously offer a lot of damage if it goes into the probe line or joins the Stalkers. But if a DT walks in there, you know what's going to happen.
It's lights out. It's been lights out for quite a long time.
And Parting has 3 gateways on the way too. There's no probe close for Terminator, which means he cannot be overly aggressive here.
This probe saw that these Stalkers were going to head up to this top left and try and start working on this, so they hit the probe.
Yeah, he can get the pylon there, and that means the Dark Templars are going to come from a very, very long way away.
Yeah, either up to the very top right.
Well, he's building a pylon just in the middle. He's like, well, Dark Shrine's finishing. I need somewhere to launch this from.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Also gets him out of the supply block, which, you know, it's not quite easily as defended, but he does need to get out of that regardless.
Yeah, and now Parting's got 3 gateways of his own.
All right, well, here comes the warping very, very soon. Right now, there's no detection in this main base. The Oracle's very, very far away from home, especially if it just goes on a suicide mission as well, similar to how Parting's did. And right now, it looks like it is. So no detection at all. The robo facility needs to finish up fast.
And Parting warps in a second Dark Templar because of that. If there's no robo, it's an instant win for him. But this is going to be pretty good too. He should be able to get quite a few probes.
Yeah. There's 2 sentries in the mineral line. He does notice. Very, very good reactions and good eyes there.
Going for the robo. There's an Oracle on its way out though.
Yeah.
Parting should just expand behind this now. He's not going to get as much as he thought he would.
And realizes the robo's not going to be much use either. So it's going to be up to the Oracle to clean everything up. And he actually is going to save the robo. Really, really well done.
Parting's not expanding though. Parting's warping in more units.
Uh-oh. That is a lot of Stalkers. And he noticed that there was quite a bit of gas invested into these sentries, so technically they're not that great. He also walked past the Nexus, so knows that that's there as well. So really wants to pressure it.
He has 2 gateways, but so does Terminator, and he has an Immortal on the way. And a Phoenix. That's still being useful.
Phoenix did well. Maybe trying to eliminate the Oracle, maybe give him an opportunity to do something aggressive in terms of Dark Templars, because the Robo's being forced to make Immortals at this point.
Win this Immortal, I don't think Parting can fight if there's an Immortal here.
Yeah, very difficult. Very, very difficult, especially with the Stalker counts being quite even. Only 3 in lead here for Parting. It's not the biggest of boons.
And an Oracle of Terminator going to go into the mineral line again.
Oh dear, and he found the Twilight Council up to the top right-hand corner, so Terminator is doing a lot right here. This Oracle's actually... Okay, so he is going to do something. Photon Overcharge is going to be activated, and he's actually going to fly this one out of there, so that one's not on a suicide mission. But he lost a few of the Stalkers at the front here, departing. And he's going to have to be careful. Trying to get rid of that Phoenix. Does get that. Immortal has to move out of the way here. There are a few force fields left over, but there you go. GG. Terminator will take game number 1. Pretty clean cut for him in the end.
Yeah, it was a lot of back and forth between the both of them there, but it's Terminator who edged out, and he will take game number 1 away from Parting.
He reacted really well. Like, even it's something that we saw when it was Naniwa versus Haas, if you recall, and Todd was constantly reiterating, go and find the Twilight Council, go and find the Dark Shrine, find the pylon, do some damage to it. And during all of that, we saw Terminator being able to find that up to the top right as well. That caused a few more problems, but also he never expanded him. Always had ideas of just killing him early. Yeah,
and maybe if he got the robotics facility, there wouldn't have been Immortals. It would have been easier for that attack to happen, but no. Parting, just like you said, kept on investing more and more and more to win, but it never happened.
Okay, well, game number 2 is counting down, as you can hear. It's going to be on Expedition Lost, as Terminator is currently 1-0 in the lead here in this best of 3. Apparently, everyone wants to get these series done as quickly as possible, because these guys are playing fast, or at least Parting is. Terminator had other plans, but really never came to fruition. So let's get into it. Game number 2 here in this best of 3, as we have spawning up to the top right-hand corner. It's our red Protoss. It is Parting. Uh-oh. Never mind. And down to the bottom left-hand corner, as our blue Protoss, it is Terminator.
The round of 128 players is pretty much over now. There's 1 or 2 games maximum left. So we're already down to 64 players.
All right. We still have a lot to get done. A lot of games to get done, but Terminator seems to want to speed that process up here.
Yeah. And it's going to be the good old Zealot Stalker rush. Coming out from Terminator off a single gateway. It's quite common, this. A good strategy to use. It is a little bit far out, but it won't be scouted. That's the successful part of it.
Definitely. There's no way Parting would ever go for that. Just the one gateway, goes back, and he'll start the rest of his tech up back at home.
So if Parting just plays his own game, which would be you know, gateway, double gas, skip the Zealot, Mothership Core, Stalker, he could just lose. He would be facing up against a Zealot or 2 with multiple Stalkers chasing.
It's going to check a lot around here.
Ooh. Yeah, mind game pylon.
Yeah. Clever stuff, clever stuff.
Where's Parting going with his probe?
Oh, he's going to see it. Oh, no, he didn't.
It's because it's so far out. No one proxies this far.
Exactly. He clicked very close to it, but decided not to go all the way.
Yeah, and Parting takes his second gas. He just has no idea, isn't expecting this, is going to zip line to where he wants to be, which is the... Well, it's either second gateway pretty fast, which would help, or it's going to be a 1-gate tech, which then he's going to get really stung by this.
Yeah. I mean, technically, he gets his cybernetics core nice and fast compared to his opponent because the 100 minerals is invested in this Zealot. But still, got to be careful of that Zealot. It does cause problems. His probe micro is going to have to be on point for a little while.
All right, Parting skipping the Zealot as expected. Sad times for Parting.
Second Zealot's on the way.
It is holdable. These type of attacks are holdable, so don't get me wrong saying that Parting is dead. It is holdable, but it's going to take some very good control and maybe a mistake coming out from Terminator.
Well,
like, where is Parting's money going now? Stalker first, I suppose it's okay. Mothership Core needs to be the next part of this.
But he doesn't see this until it gets in vision of his Nexus, which is a problem. These Zealots now moving in. Parting realizes there is a little bit more of trouble, a little bit more urgency required in the Chrono Booster of that gateway, and throws that right into there. 2 Zealots can do a lot here to these probes if he's not careful.
Absolutely.
But he bought a lot of time there, lost no drones, and he's going to get good free damage on that first Zealot.
So far, so good. I mean, this is this rush is very far away. The units take ages for Terminator to come over here.
Yeah. And unfortunately for Terminator, it had to be here because of how Parting scouted. So, it was kind of damned if it didn't and damned if it did.
Yeah. So far, so good from Parting. There's going to be a second Stalker. It's going to be 2 Stalkers, 2 Stalkers in a Mothership Core versus 2 Zealots and 2 Stalkers. Now, this is where he has to be very, very careful with his micro.
Yeah, and especially keeping that Mothership Core alive is of the utmost importance as it gathers energy for Photon Overcharge.
Yep.
Starts going to work. Loses quite a bit of the shields there to that Stalker, and he could lose his Mothership Core here. Uh-oh. It's very close. Probus coming off the line, but he's going to lose it. Oh, very, very close to losing that. Good save there, but at the same time, he could have committed one of the Stalkers to killing it, but is it worth it in the end?
He keeps it alive.
Well done, well done.
So he has a Photon Overcharge to fall back onto now. He's got high ground vision. 2 Zealots were eliminated. Parting's in great position. His control there was decent. If he'd lost the Photon Overcharge, he could have been in a bit more trouble because it's 3 gateways versus 1, bear in mind. So that's the importance of keeping that Mothership Core alive. Now he can go 1 gate and Oracle while hiding and defending behind this Photon Overcharge while he gets up his extra gateways. Yep.
That Oracle's going to do a lot because the Warp-In was aggressive here for Terminator. If the second one is aggressive as well, then there's nothing left back at home. Not even a Mothership Core. Not even Photon Overcharge.
This is awesome here for Parting. Use Photon Overcharge and just buy time until you get your 3 gateways online where you can start to match your opponent's Stalker count.
Especially since he doesn't see the Stargate either. He hasn't ventured further into this base to have a look around. So very, very difficult to read this when you just have no clue. That pylon's coming back to bite him a little bit at this low ground.
Yeah. Good hold, very solid hold by Parting, and all he's got to do to finish this off is kill some probes and Keep on building units. Void Ray is a great addition to this as well.
Yeah, he just warped in the one unit he could have warped in back at home. He's chrono boosting into these 2 gateways at the back here. They will have warp in pretty soon, but this is the GG Oracle right here.
Yeah. Solid holds, like I said, very, very good. And the Void Ray is going to be so useful. He could pull all his probes, it doesn't matter, to help defend at this point. He just doesn't die here.
Yeah. Gonna fall back to the safety behind this Nexus. Has a few more Stalkers warping in, but the Void Ray is going to come out straight away and charge up. Start going to work on some of these Stalkers. It falls, but is it going to be fine in terms of the trade? Because the Oracle did plenty back at home.
Yeah, this is a good hold.
Not enough units left over here for Terminator. Not enough units. He warped in one more Stalker for good measure to try and make things work, but nope. GG. Parting will take game number 2. After the shoe was on the other foot, Terminator going for the aggression.
Yeah, very cool hold by Parting. And, you know, he could have messed up. He could have made a mistake. We saw that happen in the Intat Masters Taipei when it was Parting versus Classic. And Classic made that huge mistake to get his Stalker surrounded by probes.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it happens, and it could have happened to Parting, but he keeps his nerve, keeps his cool, and goes to game 3.
All right, and it's going to be an Overgrowth as we've got the invite into this game. So this can go still either way. Both of them very, very good players. Terminator obviously proving himself a lot in career as of late, qualifying and going pretty deep in both GSL and NSSL, if I correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, we are good to go.
Yep.
So I'll tell them.
Just looking at some other results that have come through.
Yeah. Anything stand out just yet, Sean?
Marine Lord has beaten Pig Baby.
Oh, wow, nice.
Which is a nice victory for him. He goes up against Fantasy next.
Okay.
Euthermal beat Lilbo.
That's a good result as well. Nice Lilbo's pretty darn good.
Hydra beat Sorry, which is a pretty solid Terran. That's about it for now.
All right. Well,
nothing too upsetting.
Let's jump into game 3 then. As we have Overgrowth our map. Up to the top right-hand corner, it's our red Protoss. It's Parting. And down to the bottom left-hand corner, it's our blue Protoss. It is Terminator.
All right. Is it time to get a little bit of cheese by someone else? And we're going to see a Proxy Stargate. We've clearly got no early gateway coming out, but Proxy Stargate could be used. Proxy Twilight Council could be used.
There is potential. This map's very figured out, though. So if they do try and go for something like that, they've got to put it in a rather obscure location for it not to be spotted by like a later scout or something to be anticipated later on.
Which does push the idea of us not really seeing anything too crazy by either of these, which I do like the idea of.
Will be good. Will be good. All right. So, big question is, who is going to do it, if anybody's going to do it? This is their last chance, and it's a single elimination bracket, don't forget, to go on to Katowice. And we all know how unhappy Parting was last time around when he didn't get it, and he said, my 100,000.
Mana has beaten Gumiho. Some updates coming from the field.
So if Parting wins this one...
Plays against Mana again, who he lost to earlier.
That would be very nice. I would love to see that.
Majestic, the Spaniard, has beaten Harston.
That's a good result as well for him.
Result. Keeping you updated if you've got this on full screen at home. If you're not looking at the bracket.
Jeez, look how far Terminator's going out. Or he might actually be for a proxy himself.
Yeah, so this could be Stargate, but is more than likely Twilight Council, just based on the location. You'd want the Stargate to be a little bit closer to be more effective, but you don't really care about distance if it's a Twilight Council.
All right, so Parting's going to send his drone over, probe over there. And again, if he gets a good scout of the main out, there is the opportunity to read into just one pylon.
Yeah.
And he may even go and chat the natural after seeing that, thinking, are you doing what I did last game? And if he did get confirmation of that fully, then he would absolutely 100% know that something tricky is going on.
Sortov has beaten Symbol.
Oh, wow. That's a really good result as well. Sortov kind of fell off for a bit, but beating Symbol, that's good.
All right, so let's have a look at these games then. We got Zealot coming in from Parting, which probably gets cancelled. But he goes in and sees no second pylon, and is like, all right, is there a Stargate?
Yeah.
What is this?
That second pylon is almost always around this area, and he even checks up to the top because his pylon is
yeah,
here.
so he's like, oh, okay. This is more than likely going to be a Stargate. So where's his Chronoboost going?
Look at this. He's going to check the back of the mineral line as well, just in case it was here. So, so as we imagined. And he is rallied down to that bottom corner here, Sean.
The mothership?
No, the probe is rallied all the way down to that bottom corner, so he will spot this.
Oh, this is nice then.
Really good read. Every little bit of information he assimilated there from the main base and even the natural prompted him to catch this nicely.
This is a cool read by Parting. Yeah.
Checking everything.
And he could just safely play this out from here. I mean, he's already got an expansion on the way, but very, very calm and collected here. It was almost like he knew it was there. He was like, all right, well, I'm just going to get a sentry, not a second stalker. Just going to throw down my expansion and go for this. It's very nice. So now you get the game of double bluffs. Am I still going Dark Templar? And with the robotics facility, you can get a warp prism to drop them in, but Parting, in terms of economy, is going to be light years ahead. Just the double Nexus to one, double Chronoboost.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
And there's no reason for him to really do anything crazy. He can just be on lockdown from here. Funny that that probe just found that pylon down to the bottom right, actually, there, as Terminator spotted that one.
Yeah.
So, but still, I mean, the Nexus is on the way. He has an opportunity to just be on lockdown and then be totally cool.
Yeah, this the only threat here. There shouldn't be any front door threats because, I mean, whenever you play against DTs, you're going to have an observer at the front. And it's, like, obvious. But it's whether this warp prism that is more than likely to come from Terminator and this robotics facility can pay off.
Chrono boosting into Immortals. So no observer just yet. It must be an observer queued after.
It's
surely.
the double bluff, yeah. It's if this is a blink attack, I need that out.
Yeah. It kind of makes sense because he can't really buy time too much against Blink Stalkers, but he can buy time against a Dark Shrine with just force fields on ramps and things like that.
So second Immortal, he doesn't think he's going for DTs.
Oh, wow, okay.
And he's going to get stung by this double bluff.
He cancelled and started after that.
Yeah, he can force field behind his probes here.
Yep.
Oh, that's sad.
Double force field?
He
wanted
to
to
trap
catch it. Yeah.
That's sad.
That would have been really difficult, considering the positioning of the first
It needed to
force
be
field.
instant, not slow. That was slow.
Oh well. That probe's going to hide behind the mineral line here, scared for its life, but the observer's now here, so. Oh, Dark Templar, he poked in and knew that.
Oh, that was
nice. Oh, very nice.
But there is a warp prism still, so this isn't over yet. And Parting could have been a lot more ahead than he actually is in this game. He's only ahead a couple of probes. But Terminator can put himself in the lead if he deals more damage. Warps in another DT, does more damage, or he's got one more DT anyway.
He just got the observer at the front. He needs another observer on the way, and that's going to try and go to the natural. But the warp prism with the Dark Templar can just go straight to the main. So he's going to have to cover both of these locations pretty well.
Yeah.
He has fought an overcharge, though.
Yeah, but no observer there.
Yeah, it's about to pop. Wait, that was the first one.
2, 3.
Some good damage.
And DT on the natural as well. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 in total.
All lost mining time as well.
That was huge.
8 workers killed off.
Terminator's in the lead, boys.
The Warp Prism gets out of there with the Dark Templar, so it has the potential to be annoying later on.
Terminator's majorly in the lead. He's got a much faster robotics facility, robotics base. He starts his Colossus much, much earlier. He's got a economy advantage. He had faster gases on the natural by a little bit.
Never started his +1, but he is going to catch, well, or at least try and catch up in that regard.
Yeah.
And the cannons are being added on in these mineral lines as well, which does take away from the idea of Parting catching up much.
It's like, if he's one in each mineral line, it's 300 minerals.
Yeah, it's a bit annoying. Gets spotted, has to go on out of there. Not really going to get too much done there. But at the same time, Terminator is looking for anything he can get in the middle. Hallucinated Phoenix even can't get past them for a second there. Being delayed a bit.
Yeah, 2 Immortal advantage is kind of nice, I suppose, that Parting has. 2 Immortals over his opponent. They will play a very important role in the fights.
Ooh. Force Stalker's going to have to get picked up and run away. Is he really going to try and go for the cannon? Huh. That would have been ambitious, but, I mean, if someone can do it, Terminator's a good candidate.
Yeah.
All right, a few more gates get added on here. The Parting has seen everything going on in his opponent's space, so has a good clue as to what he's going to be playing up against.
It's just a very small advantage for Terminator. It's that small that it can get turned around very easily. But an advantage nonetheless.
It's like 4 probes or so, 1 Colossus out already compared to it. But again, you could make the argument that the 2 Immortals can potentially make up for that damage if they're focusing down the right targets in this fight. So it really depends on how those Immortals get used. And it depends how much the Colossus end up getting into numbers. Dark Templar's going to have to abandon this watchtower as Parting is actually moving out here into the middle of the map. He has to be kind of careful about this. I think he just wants some guaranteed damage on some buildings down to the bottom right. It's going to be very weird for Terminator to walk all the way out of position to try and defend them.
Yes, interesting move by Parting. If he wants to get caught by any units, Time Warp.
He's going to go. He's going to walk to... is he really going to walk out that far? He might.
He's got to be very careful.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a warping of units here from that Warp Prism 2.
Oh, he's going to lose the Mothership Core. Uh-oh. So these 4
and
stops
then
in the
he recalls or he doesn't.
Oh, dear.
And now his units are trapped in the bottom right.
Oh, dear.
Oh, Parting.
Ah, well, those sentries at the front get absolutely melted.
Man.
He doesn't even have thermal lance with this 1 Colossus that's here.
Oh.
Well, that was a disaster.
That's what you say, Rip. That is over, man. That's game. That is pretty much game at this level of play.
Where did he go?
Oh man, that's huge. That's a big loss. This, like I said, game winning for Terminator.
Yeah, perfect stuff. He can take his 3rd. He can do whatever he damn well likes at this point.
That is so bad.
I dare say he could probably even take 2 Nexus and be fine. Because there's no way Parting's going to be moving out anytime soon. He might try, but it would not be successful.
And now Terminator's like, this is what you wanted to do, and this is how to do it properly.
Yep, he's going to have his Mothership Core nice and healthy with him. Another Colossus is going to be reinforcing, so it's going to be 4 against 2. And he lost the 2 Immortals' slight advantage that he had with that.
And all his small goal is here, big goal is to win the fight, small goal is to get the cancel on this Nexus while taking his own.
Yeah, and even just going for the harassment and drawing the army out of the position here on this location so that the Warp Prism can do something in the main base as well.
Yeah, it's a wonderful play by Terminator. He really is on top of his game recently.
Yeah, definitely. Not much that this army can do here. They're going to have to waddle up slowly and try and get to that. At least there's a cannon in the mineral line that was protecting against Dark Templar. But if that cannon dies and the Dark Templar has free reign, then where's the Observer? Is it with the army? Yes, there is one.
Oh boy. There's that massive +2 advantage now. Oh no, sorry, Parting did finish that, never mind. But either way, this is
pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Extra cannon's going to be added on here for Terminator at his 3rd base because he understands the lead he has right now.
Yeah.
And Parting is got a lot of Zealots with charge that can technically disrupt fights pretty well, but 5 Colossi might just melt them before they even get a chance.
You are so right.
Difficult times.
Yeah.
Did he just make... There's 4 Dark Templars in that Warp Prism. All right.
Yeah, he's got such a lead, he does whatever he wants to do now.
Yeah. He can just cancel that base if he wants to with those 4 Dark Templars happily. Oh, wait, no, that's Parting's.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even realize. I wasn't looking at it properly.
So, Parting's gambling a lot here.
Yeah.
But gambles can work, of course. Parting, his opponent's in the middle of the map, so this is a pretty good situation for Parting.
Yeah.
Snipe the 3rd and recall out while dropping 4 Dark Templar in the main is pretty awesome of a move.
He needs to force that recall. So, I mean, he has to kind of go back. He's going to lose this.
Yeah, this is an awesome combat move. If he just recalls out after this.
Definitely, yeah, just recall away, do some damage in the main as well. The Dark Templars now have killed off the cannon. There's no detection here. So these 4 Dark Templars are doing... Oh, wait, there's Dark Templars against Templars, and there was detection.
Yeah.
Where was it?
It's just above the Nexus.
Ah, okay. Oh, yeah. I didn't spot that little guy.
Let's have a look at Parting's army. So now's the difficult part of the game, is dealing with this attack. Sure, he killed off the Nexus, but the 4 Dark Templars didn't do too much, and now there's 4 Archons coming in as well. Parting needs to survive this if he's going to survive the game.
Yeah, he prompted the counter-attack. I mean, this is a great opportunity here for Terminator to do a lot of damage. Army supply 106 against 94, but he has a good quality army as well. The Archons at the front will tank up these Zealots quite well.
Well, Warp Prism's been a nuisance as well, dividing resources and supply numbers to defend the main base, while Terminator waits for Parting to overcommit to that, so he can launch his attack, which is happening now. Dark Temple with the army here for Parting. 3.
A few Zealots in this Warp Prison as well for Terminator, that if he drops them in this army, because there isn't that much anti-air, the Colossi might actually shoot at those and lose a lot of splash damage on the front line here of Terminator's army.
Terminator ready.
Aim, fire. Because he's going to do a lot of damage here. His Colossi aren't that well spread, but actually he wasn't too badly at negating the idea of those Zealots being dropped around his Colossi, but still, he gets absolutely obliterated. And Terminator's going to be able to walk home with a victory.
And I can just imagine right now Parting with his head tilt, which he does so often when he loses, and this is a loss.
Yeah.
Terminator knocks Parting out and goes through to the round of 32.
Yeah, tough stuff there for Parting to go up against Terminator this early on in the tournament. So
yeah,
commiserations there to Parting for going out, but good job by Terminator to play a super solid game and just be able to punish his opponent when he makes kind of questionable decisions.
Yeah, well done to Terminator. So he moves on to face against Mana in his next round, in the round of 32.
All right, so we're going to go to a short break, and then when we're back, we're going to have more StarCraft action from the Intel Extreme Masters World Championship Qualifier.